Hi everybody, it's Rose Coleman popping in with another video. Today I have some fun punch art using a couple of different punches from the annual catalog and a stamp set that is featured in the holiday catalog called Spooktacular Bash. And I'm going to show you how to make a fun creature out of different punches. Now I'm opening this Spooktacular Bash to show you the dies that go with the stamp set. I've just attached a magnetic sheet on the inside of my case here, and here I have the 11 ornate frame dies that go with the Spooktacular Bash stamp set. These dies are absolutely amazing, and the one we're going to be using on our card today is this one here, and I have gone ahead and cut out 2 of them. Okay, so let's get started with the actual punch creation. So as I mentioned, I'm going to be using 2 punches from the annual catalog. That is the 2019-2020 annual catalog, and I'm going to be using the cat punch and the vase builder punch. Okay, so I'm going to get started with some scrap cardstock, and what we're going to use for this creation is scrap seafoam and basic black. So let's get started, and I will sit down here and show you exactly how I created this punch art. Okay, so with the cat punch, we need 2 of the tails. So I'm going to take my black cardstock and just pop it into the side of the cat here. I just want the tail, so I'm going to punch 2 of them just along the side. No need to cut the whole cat if you only need the tails. So I need 2 tails. I'm also going to need 2 of the head portions. So I'm just going to stick it in the top and get the head of the cat. I need those little spikes for his ears. There's my other one. And I think, yes, that is all I need with the cat punch. So 2 tails and 2 heads. Using black cardstock and our vase punch, I'm going to bring it in here now, and I'm going to punch out 2 of the long vases. So that's this shape right here. I'm going to need 2 of those. So I'm just going to put my scrap in here. 1 and 2. Now I'm going to get a lot of other scraps, but that's okay. And just see what I've got here. Let's just line it up on this piece of seafoam so I make sure I have what I need. So I've got my 2 tails, my 2 cat heads. I need 1 vase like this and 1 vase like this. All right, so I'm done with the black. Nope, not quite. I also need, from the vase punch, this sprig over here. I need 2 of those. I'm just going to bring back my black cardstock, and I'm going to punch. I'm going to put a piece of scrap black into the punch on the left-hand side and punch out 1 and 2. So I've got all of my black pieces here now. Okay, this is what I'm going to need. And I'm ready with the black. Okay, so also using soft seafoam, I also need 2 pieces from the vase punch. I'm going to need these 2 other vases. So I'm going to take my seafoam and I'm going to put it into the punch on the right hand side so I can get those 2. So I need 1 with the long neck and a little short stubby one. And I think that's it. That is all we're going to need from our punches. I'm just going to zoom in here and show you in case you can't see. That's what we need from our punches. So now we're ready to create our punch art. So I'm going to bring in the silicone mat. I love to use the silicone mat when I do punch creations because it will hold the glue. So if I get any excess glue on my background paper, it will stay sticky and it will drive me crazy. If the glue is on my silicone mat, I can lift it off or brush it off later and it won't be a problem. I can just put it in the garbage. So first thing I need to do is grab my snips, my paper snips, my little snips, and using the small vase, I'm going to just trim off this top portion up here. I don't need that. Now that's going to be the face of my creation. So now what I want to do is I'm going to bring in my Tombow glue. Let's just work on the face here. So I want to add a little bit of glue just to the sides of my face, and I'm going to add some hair. So those two sprigs that I punched from the vase punch are going to sit like this. One right here and one on the other side, like so. Okay, like that. Now one of the one of the heads of the cat, I just want to snip off one of the ears, like so, because I just want that point sticking down. So I'm going to put that in the middle of the forehead of my creation right here. So just going to add a tiny, whoops, that's not a tiny bit. A little bit of Tombow glue goes a very long way. I'm just going to add that right in the center. The Take Your Pick tool is also a good thing to have on hand when you're doing punch creations, just because sometimes you have to pick up a little small thing, small piece of cardstock, and the putty portion of the Take Your Pick tool is your friend. It remains tacky so that you can pick up things. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this over. I'm going to trim this around because it's a little more cardstock than I need for my creation. And this one, she's not going to have long hair, so I'm going to trim her hair. I'm going to trim this cardstock right around the side of her head. And that's going to be the front of my creation. That's going to be her head with her little bangs in the middle there. The next thing I want to do is I'm going to bring in her, actually, you know what? I trimmed her hair a little too short on the side. So that's okay. As in all paper crafting, we can fix things. So I'm going to pull off this side and I'm going to replace it because I wanted her to have the same hair length on both sides. So I hope you can see what I'm doing here. I'm just pulling this off, and I'm going to do this again. This one over here. Okay, so where's my... All right, I'm going to bring back my vase punch, and I'm going to get another one of those sprigs from the side. You can tell you don't need a lot of cardstock to be doing punch creations because a little bit goes a long way. So let's try that again. I'm just going to put a little bit of Tombow glue on the side like that, and I'm going to give her back her hair on the right side, sorry, and see if we can get this the right shape. And I think that's good. Okay, I'll just let that dry for a second. And let's work on the tail part. Okay, so remember I cut two of the cat tails, so I'm going to trim them down. I want one like that and one like this. Get rid of those pieces. So I want these are going to be horns, okay? So this is going to be one pointing that way and one pointing this way. So you may be able to tell which character I am imitating here with my punch art. So there we go. We have her hair the way I want it on both sides. Okay, so now I'm just going to put a little bit of Tombow glue on the end of this horn, and I'm going to put that on her head up here. And I'm going to put one over there. Okay. And I'll just go ahead and stick this guy down. And the beauty of using Tombow glue with punch art is you can move things. Things aren't stuck right away when you lay them down. You do have a bit of what I call wiggle room when using Tombow glue. So you can move things around, and you can use your Take Your Pick tool to shift things and push them into place. Whoops. And And then once they dry, they will also be super strong because Tombow glue is a very, very strong adhesive. And it is my choice for sure when doing punch art or any kind of, even with my cards, like putting the actual card together, I like to use Tombow glue. Okay, so there is my face of my creation. To do the body of this person, I'm going to use this vase with the long, this kind of looks like a neck shape. And I'm going to put some adhesive at the top. And now we can come in here and put her head on her neck. Just going to hold that down. And there we go. We have Maleficent. This, in case you haven't figured it out already, this is the forming of Maleficent. Now, Maleficent wears a cape, so I have 2 of the vases punched out, and I also have one of the head of the cat. So I'm going to use the head of the cat and put a little bit of glue on the back, and I'm going to pick up my creation, and I'm going to just lay her down onto the hat, the cat ears, so that she's got those peaks coming up behind her that look like, to me, it looks like the cape. And then these vases are going to be the wraparound part of her cape. So I'm going to take my bone folder. I'm just going to break the fibers so that they bend and curl a little bit better. So there we go. One like that. And then the other one like this. And oops, I'm just going to add a little bit of Tombow glue. And now I'm just going to wrap the cape around her like so. I'm just going to stick it around the back and then fold it across her chest, and then bring in this side. Whoops. As I was saying, you have to wait for a couple of seconds here for the glue to dry. But then when it dries, it will be good. It will stick. So we'll hold that one down, and then we will bring in this side. Wrap that around her. And there we have it. She has a nice black cape. Okay, there's our punch art creation. Now all she needs is eyes and her mouth. And also, she has high cheekbones, and maybe that's just Angelina Jolie. But to give her those high cheekbones, what I'm gonna do is bring in my blender pen and the soft seafoam ink pad. So let's just clean up a little bit here so I can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna give her eyes first. Let's just give her, I'm using my journaling pen. I'm gonna give her eyes and some eyebrows like that. Okay. And I'm going to bring in my red blend, real red blend. I'm going to give her a mouth using the sharp point of my blend. I'm just going to give her a little straight mouth like that. And to do the cheekbones, we're going to use the soft seafoam ink pad and the blends marker. I'm just going to dip my blends marker into a corner of the ink pad, just add a little bit of shading under her cheeks here to give her that little bit of a cheekbone, a little bit of dimension in her face like that. Okay, there we have it. We have our Maleficent punch art. Then we need to put her onto a card front, right? So we'll get rid of the silicone mat, and I'm going to bring in now, my card base is a basic black, and it measures 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4 in the middle. Then I took a piece of gorgeous grape that measures 4 inches by 5 1/4, and I ran it through the stylish scroll embossing folder from the holiday catalog, and that's this folder right here, and this is the dimension and the I love the depth of this one. It's totally fun, just for not just for Halloween, but you can use it for Christmas or all kinds of different occasions. So we're going to go ahead and put this down onto the black card base. So I'm just going to add glue all the way around and stick that down. There we go. Just hold that in place for a couple seconds. Just give the glue a chance to adhere. And then I want to put our Maleficent on a oval, stitched oval that I've cut using the die cuts, the stitched frames. And I also have a larger one from the ovals that is scalloped. So I'm going to layer these together just with a little bit of Tombow glue, not much. You don't want to use too much Tombow glue because it will ripple. It will cause your cardstock to be too wet and it'll ripple through. Okay, so I've got that done and I'm going to go ahead and stick that down on my card. I might as well stick it down, anchor it down, and then it is in place, like so. I'm going to hold that down because it's sticking to the dimension of the embossing folder. So you want to give it a chance for the glue to get in those grooves and to really have a chance to stick. Okay, so now I'm ready to put my punch creation onto my card. And I am going to use some dimensionals. Did you know in the catalog, the holiday catalog, we have black dimensionals? These are fun for Halloween projects, or any kind of project where you don't want to see the white dimensional showing through. So I'm going to put 2 of the black dimensionals on the back, and then I'm going to mount her right in the frame, right in that oval frame, just like so. Now we need a greeting. So remember when at the beginning of the video I was mentioning the ornate frames, I've cut myself one of the frames that looks like this, and I have the word creepy from the Monster Bash stamps, or sorry, Spooktacular Bash stamp set, this one right here, the word creepy. You could put spooky if you wanted, or you could stamp Happy Halloween. I'm going to use Memento ink pad, and I'm going to stamp right onto my frame. And then there we go. So I need an embellishment, and I love the black ribbon. Let me just grab it here from the holiday catalog, and it is called, this one right here, is the Scallop Edge ribbon. You can see the beautiful scallop at the top there. I think you can see that on the camera. I'm just going to cut a piece, a small piece, and adhere it to my card with some glue dots. So I'm going to use my take your pick tool, and I'm going to put a couple of glue dots already down on my card. And then I can just go ahead and lay the ribbon right down on top of it. I'm going to cut my ribbon just at an angle, like so. And I think about this long would be fine. What is that? Maybe a couple inches? So you're not going to use a ton of ribbon when you only cut little pieces like this, but they make nice little backgrounds. Maybe I should cut it a bit bigger. Okay, this is the beauty of using glue dots too. You can actually lift that ribbon off and cut a bigger piece. Okay, I need it a bit bigger because I do want to be able to see the ribbon. There. Okay, good. Now we can go ahead and stick down the creepy. I'm going to put that on with 2 more of my black dimensionals. Now the black dimensionals, I didn't mention this, they actually come in both. In the one package you get the regular size, which I'm using, and you also get mini size. Okay? So you're going to get 2 sheets of each. I think that's right. 2 sheets. I'm just going to double check this here before I just want to confirm the black dimensionals. Where are they? They are in here. I thought they were in here. Yes, they're a combo pack right here at the top of page 55. So you get 680 dimensionals in black, 200 regular size, and 480 mini Stampin' Dimensionals for $8.25. They're here at the top of the page on page 55. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this creepy down onto my card front. And there we have it. We have our Maleficent Halloween card. Isn't she creepy? Thank you so much for joining me today for my punch art card, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or any comments about this card, I would love to hear from you. And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and come back and join me for some future YouTube videos. Thank you so much for joining me today. Bye-bye.